Hello everyone and welcome back to the last episode of the Gap Year Diaries. If you're new here, hi, my name is Ryme, I'm 22 and last year I made what might be the best decision of my life. I took a gap year from law school. I took a one-way ticket to travel on my own. I was so scared of what I was leaving behind, of what was waiting for me, of what I might be missing. A month later, I lived more than I ever thought possible. And now I'm in Hanoi for my very last stop. There is something about endings that always bring you back to the beginning. So this video is a walk down memory lane while I explore Hanoi, reflect on this past year, and share why taking a gap year might just be the best decision you can make for yourself and why it ended up meaning so much to me. I really hope that you enjoyed this last postcard from Southeast Asia. Don't forget to subscribe for more and tell me what you thought in the comments. Hanoi felt strange. I didn't have to plan anything anymore. There was nowhere else to go after this. It was that in-between moment where I was not really traveling anymore but not home either. I felt a mix of things, sadness, gratitude, nostalgia. I wasn't sad about going home. After all these months, everything I got to experience, it almost felt greedy to want more, but I did wonder what it would be like to be back. Part of me was scared that it would all start to feel unreal, like it never really happened. In a way, I'm the only real witness of this whole year, and that's a bit strange, but also something that I really value. This trip was just for me, and I'm so glad I filmed it, that I get to look back on it and share pieces of it.
They're so gorgeous.
I spend my days wandering around Hanoi and it's such a special city. The architecture, the atmosphere, the food. Guys, overall I had the best food while traveling, but Vietnamese cuisine is one of my favorite food ever. So I've been having a blast trying all of my favorite dishes. I spent my last days traveling with
on the busiest
walked around
street.
Hanoi, went to the market, a note cafe where the walls are covered in messages from travelers. Spent so long reading them. People from everywhere leaving little pieces of their stories behind. I met so many people during this trip. Some I traveled with for a while, others I only knew for a few hours. In hostels, on buses, just passing through.
You know what? You can put it there. It could be nice. Oh my god. His name is Jewel and he's with someone that is named Juliet.
And I think that's something I remember a lot. Being around so many different people made me overthink a lot less. You realize how little actually matters. No one knows yet to show up as you are in the moment. And I think that gave me a lot of confidence and it made me realize that friendship and relationships in general aren't something you should overthink or be scared to grow out of. You shouldn't be afraid of being seen trying or of wanting the things that you want in life.
Did you think of the Note Cafe? Cute? Was it worth it?
I think we all want to be known deeply by the people around us, but I also realize that for that, you have to be brave enough to be seen.
Okay, so Van thinks that she might have lost her phone. So we're gonna go back to the cafe and see if it's out there.
Expect the unexpected. Traveling taught me to let go of the idea of control.
The phone got stolen, but the food is here.
We at least at a Michelin restaurant.
On my trip, so many things went wrong and didn't go according to plan. I lost things, missed buses, ended up in places where I didn't feel comfortable, got stuck in cities with no transport, and even got injured. All of these things suck. They were frustrating, they cost me time, energy, and money, even shortened how long I could travel. That day, Van lost her phone, but how we handled it made me realize something important.
She's buying a new phone.
None of it mattered as much as it would have back home. Each time I moved on because I knew that none of the incredible experiences I had would have been possible without the lows. Nothing is ever guaranteed in life. Not every decision will be the right one, and apart from the obvious, there is no way to know in advance. But that shouldn't stop you from taking the leap. You have to accept that you won't always know what's best. Even if you try your hardest, sometimes things won't work out and you won't always show up as your best self, and that's okay. Everything is an experience, and a decision can just be a decision. Looking back, I don't even remember most of the frustrating moment when I think of my journey. I'm so grateful that I didn't let them define or ruin what were precious memories.
You should know that too.
It's all about balance and trusting that it will be alright, learning how to detach yourself a little. So be open to the unexpected and you'll be surprised how much good can come from it.
I bought my shoes! We bought the Onitsuka. Girlie spoke Vietnamese. We got a good price.
Are you happy?
I'm very happy, thank you.
And I also learned not to push too much meaning into why things happened or to blame myself. Sometimes there is no why.
Guess who just bought a suitcase?
For my last night in Hanoi, I had dinner with some friends and then we headed to Train Street. It was so beautiful. That night felt surreal. I could literally count how many hours I had left in Asia. I kept thinking to myself, you did it. You actually did it, Ryme. I felt this sense of pride knowing that the 19-year-old version of me who couldn't see the end of her studies would be so proud that we made it happen.
Plan right now is to pack. It's 1 a.m. and I put everything that is in my backpack in that suitcase.
It was time to wear my backpack for the very last time. I've been living out of that backpack for months. The same clothes, the same things, everything I own fit in there. And I remember putting it on for the first time before my flight. Now, it was the last time and that felt strange. But I was also excited to finally wear different clothes again and honestly to be done with hostels and have a room of my own again.
My God. I woke up and I was so scared that I had overslept, but we're ready to go.
There's this analogy from The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath called the fig tree theory. Each fig represents a different life, a different future, and you stand there unable to choose, scared that by picking one, you're losing all the others.
So I am at the airport. I'm almost 2 hours in advance, which is good, but now I'm so tired. Not realizing the time.
That's exactly how I felt before leaving. I had just finished my 4th year of uni. I was tired, uninspired, and burned out. Even after deciding to take a gap year, I still felt stuck between what I wanted to do and what I felt like a safe, reasonable choice. I kept thinking, what if this is a mistake? What if taking time off affects my future? Everything felt so daunting, but deep down, I knew I wanted to go and I couldn't let this opportunity pass. So I left sooner than expected. I flew to Korea without a plan, arrived in Seoul bewildered. I was so far from everything I knew. It was exciting, but I wasn't sure what I wanted anymore. Even the simple things felt unclear. But slowly, Seoul became a place I was familiar with. I explored, I discovered, I connected with people, and then even decided to go to Japan, where I went a bit crazy for the matcha. And I realized how much I could experience in just a few weeks. And that's when it hit me. I wanted to make the most out of this gap year, just because I could. The Philippines will forever stay in my heart. The freedom I felt, the people, the sheer beauty I was seeing every day. I headed to Malaysia where my sister joined me. Having sisters is so precious, and I'm so grateful for that bond. Going back to solo travel wasn't easy, but I did it. I trusted myself to navigate my own feelings. Laos was incredible. I lived so much there, and Cambodia amazed me more than I could have ever thought. Vietnam was my last country, and somehow it felt like everything came together. I experienced adventures I never imagined, ended this journey on such a high. All these memories, this privilege of traveling so young, I now get to look back on them with these postcards, and all I can feel is gratitude. I don't know what lies ahead. I'm still going back to law school. I'm still me. I think there's this unrealistic expectation that traveling should change you completely, that you'll come back a new person, and I just don't think that's true. Change happens quietly, subtle. What this trip gave me is clarity, perspective, the understanding that I don't have to have everything figured out, that not every decision has to be final. There are endless ways to live your life. You can't control everything, how things will unfold, how they'll make you feel, but you can choose what matters to you, and you can trust yourself. Taking this gap year, stepping away, listening to myself, it gave me so much joy. It made me realize that I'm never really missing out on anything. There will always be other opportunities, other paths. Sometimes you just have to wait, weather the storm, and trust that things will make sense later. So trust yourself. Do things just because you can. Have an appetite for life, and don't let your figs rot.
I arrived in Paris.